Good afternoon, everybody. Pigskin Pete here. Happy Wednesday to everybody. Let's get to the task at hand. The number one question that everybody's asking Pigskin Pete. Is Clemson overrated? Or some people are just saying they are overrated, which is fine. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. But what people really want from me, since I, have this YouTube channel and I got the Paul over the screen, I got the Paul here behind me, defending national champions, won 20 games in a row. What everyone wants me to do is, post a fake outrage video. I'm supposed to be outraged about the way Clemson's playing this year. I'm supposed to be outraged that they only beat North Carolina by a point on the road. Because believe me, listen, misery loves company. If I were to post a fake outrage video after that game last week on YouTube, and I'm going off on Clemson and I'm trashing them and I'm saying they need to do this and they need to do that and they suck and they're overrated, that would get a lot of views on YouTube, no doubt. People love that. And this is something else I hear all the time on this YouTube channel. I mean, since I started the YouTube channel, it's one of the most common criticisms that I get is people saying, oh, this guy's lucky he comes on YouTube whenever Clemson's good, as if I just, became a Clemson fan in the past few years. Not like these people actually know anything about me other than what I say on here. But that's not good for views or for the channel at all. Just go look at your favorite video makers out there, whether it's college or NFL or whatever. The videos that get the most amount of traction are after a loss, not after a win. And I haven't seen a loss on this YouTube channel since 2017. But what people want from me is something I'm not willing to give them. They want me to be outraged. They want me to come on here and tell them, they want me to reiterate their way of thinking, not mine. So is Clemson overrated? Well, I don't know. Overrated in what way? Not according to me. You don't want to know why? Because I didn't have them as being the best team ever in the history of football coming into the season. Just because of what they did last year. The polls mean nothing to me. I mean, you have Texas A&M, according to the AP poll, with 2 losses and almost losing to Arkansas last week, still ranked in the top 25. I'm supposed to take that seriously? Are they overranked? Is Florida overranked? Is Michigan overranked? Probably half of the teams in the AP polls are misjudged and overranked because they were given a pass as how high they were ranked before they even played a football game this year. Now, I said jokingly on Twitter after this game, I hope not only does Clemson fall out of the top number 1 spot, I said I hope they put them at number 25 in the country, so I can watch all these people cry and moan about the meaningless AP poll. But Pete, the AP poll is not meaningless. Yes, it is. It's completely meaningless. It means nothing. It's not 1990 anymore. We're in the playoff era. I don't know what people don't understand about this. The only poll that mattered doesn't come out for another few weeks, another month or so, 4 or 5 weeks from now. I think it's the first week in November is when the first college football playoff poll comes out. That's the only one that matters. And according to them, they don't pay attention to the AP rankings, which is why they don't come out until week 9. The only thing I care about is where Clemson is ranked in that poll. That poll. Not your poll, not the coach's poll, not the AP poll, not whatever other meaningless poll that people like to talk about out there. Doesn't matter. Just look at some of these rankings in this AP poll. They're a joke. So you can have Clemson at 2, you can have them at 7, you can have them at 10, 15, 20. Doesn't matter. Really doesn't matter. Now, the expectation for Clemson coming into the season was unattainable. While, you have a lot of homers out there for Clemson's fan base that, after last season, after the dismantling of Notre Dame and Alabama in the playoffs, oh, Trevor Lawrence is the best player ever. They're going to win 3 straight national titles as long as he's there. The coaching staff is still all there. This is the best team ever, blah, 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 blah. And again, I completely do not buy into that. I've said before the season started the chances of Clemson winning back-to-back national championships is very, very, very slim. I still feel that way. Felt that way before the season started, feel that way now. Now, are they as capable as any other team right now of doing that? Yes. But the chances, just based on numbers alone, it's highly unlikely because it just doesn't happen often. It's very unlikely that any team even goes undefeated during a regular season, let alone through a regular season and throughout a playoff system. But why would I be hitting the panic button after 5 weeks of an undefeated football team? Well, because they don't look the way they did last year. Hello? Last year, they escaped a win at Texas A&M, and they almost lost at home to Syracuse, all within the first 5 weeks of football. I put the numbers up a few weeks ago when everyone was trashing this offense this year. Their offensive numbers are all higher than they have been for the past 5 years. And they say, oh, well, yeah, that's just the stats. Stats don't matter. You have to use your eyes. Fine. I'll tell you what I do like, and I said this before, because people really, what they want for me to do, again, is to trash Trevor Lawrence in the worst way. And they say that if I don't trash Trevor Lawrence, then I'm kidding myself. And I'm not watching the games. Because everybody out there loves to tell me how they watch the games closely. Closer than I do, I guess. I don't know. They have some sort of special, even more HD TV screen than I have. I don't know. If I have a 4K TV, I guess they have a 30K TV because they see stuff a lot closer than Pigskin Pete does. What I'm happy about with this win against North Carolina, and I said it before, right after the game and the stream after the game, I'm happy that Clemson faced adversity because history tells us in this playoff run that they're on that they face adversity early in the season every year. And after they face adversity, they go on to dominate everybody. Now, will they do that this year? That's still to be seen. I don't know. But what I loved about this game against North Carolina was Trevor Lawrence. Yes, you heard me correctly. I'll say it again. What I liked about this game against North Carolina was Trevor Lawrence. Well, how can you say that? You've got Justin Fields out there throwing for 8 million yards a game and 80 touchdowns every week. How could you be happy with these mediocre numbers that Trevor Lawrence is putting up? Because I don't care about numbers. The only number I care about is the W column. That's the first thing. The second thing is, I said, this is the first time in a year since Trevor Lawrence, he's been named the starter exactly a year ago. The first time that Trevor Lawrence as a starter has faced adversity and had to put the team on his back and make the big plays. All the big plays on offense at critical times in the game were made by Trevor Lawrence. Of course, T. Higgins had some great catches too. But even one of those, I'd say there's probably 3 or 4 plays on critical third downs that went on to be scoring plays for Clemson, that Trevor Lawrence made the play, extended the play, and made a great play. He hasn't had to do that. So now that sets my mind at ease to know that he can do that. Because we've saw Deshaun Watson put the team on his back and against adversity over and over and over and over again throughout his 3 years starting at Clemson. And this is the first time that we've seen Trevor Lawrence do that. What else am I happy about? Not only happy, but elated about. The defense. Because this was the biggest question mark coming into the season. Right? All those players went to the NFL. That entire defensive line, they're all NFL players. How are you going to replace that? And what did I say? What did I say? I said we're not lacking talent on the defensive line. We're lacking experience. And all they've done as an inexperienced young defensive line who's as talented as anybody in the country is go out there and be a top 10 defense in the country through 5 games. And they're only going to get better. So what exactly are my pie in the sky delusions about Clemson's team this year? I would love for somebody to explain it to me, what it is. Because I don't know, I think I'm about as realistic as it gets. Maybe your expectations of what this team should look like through 5 weeks and my expectations of what this team should look like through 5 weeks are completely different. And that's fine. I don't expect everybody to think like me. But I'm not going to be outraged, give you fake outrage just for show. Now, let's fast forward 3 weeks from now. If 3 weeks from now, they're still having 1 point wins or even a loss or close games against the lower level ACC teams like North Carolina, at that point in the season, then yeah, maybe you won't see fake outrage. You'll see real outrage. You'll see me. I won't be so happy then. But I'm not ready to push the panic button now. Not after what I've seen. So I hope that answers your question. Is Clemson overrated at number 2? Yeah, put them at number wherever you want. I don't know where. Put them wherever you want to put them. Don't care. Still a lot of football left to be played. I don't know. I don't see a team now. After the bye week, we have Florida State, which I'll be at that game, by the way. Anybody who wants to come by, hang out with me, Bobby Durkins, Prince 6'1", Tiger Nation, Tiger Nate, the crew. Hit me up. Hit me up on Twitter at Peete Pigskin. Hit me up on Facebook at howardsrock.net. Or I also have a Pigskin Pete account over there on Facebook. Anyway, hit me up. We love to hang out. Come by, tailgate with us, take some pictures, drink a beer, whatever. But yeah, so anyway, we play against Florida State. And, that'll be a statement game. Now, Florida State's terrible. So, Florida State sucks. They're one of the worst teams. Fine. I don't care what they are. I don't care if it's Oregon State. Don't care if it's Kansas. Don't care if it's Rutgers. How do they rebound after a bye week from a close win against North Carolina? Because history tells us after these type of games early in the season for Clemson, during their championship runs, right, that they respond big time. And when you have a young team that's been reading their own press clippings, it's been listening to that they're the best team in the country for 9 months now, 10 months now, to get a slap in the face of a reality that this is college football and any team can lose to anybody on any given day, period. That sometimes is the spark that's needed. So while everyone else is crying and moaning about this close win against North Carolina, I was happy. Maybe I shouldn't be happy. Maybe I am delusional. But it is what it is. I'm happy. I'm happy with it. Take it for what it is. So for Pigskin Pete's ranking, I'm going to have Clemson outside of the top 4. Hell, I'm putting them outside of the top 5. How about that? Let's put them at 6 or 7, 8. As long as I stay ahead of Michigan. I'm just kidding. All right. So I'll see you guys soon. Have a great day. Pigskin Pete. Check it out.